Hey everyone, Happy New Year! I actually have a really cute outfit on today. I feel like the hat, y'all have seen this hat before, but y'all have not seen it in this new year, 2024, so Happy New Year to all of you. Welcome in. I kind of just wanted to like show off my cute little aesthetic. You can't see the full thing, but just know it's a cute little winter fit, okay? Anyway, guys, okay, let me take my shades off so that you can see my face. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. Oh, I have missed YouTube. I've been doing some traveling. I have some travel vlogs coming up and all the things. It's a new year. Y'all can see I got braids. So rocking a new cute little hairstyle. And honestly, yeah, it has been, I'm not gonna lie, like it has been a wild first 2 weeks of the year. I was traveling for the holidays. I'll be making a vlog soon and showing you guys all of that. But I was literally out of the country and coming back, just so many different things, work-wise, my personal life, just so many different things kind of like all happening at once and just changes. And, I always say, and I feel like I've actually said this in some of my older videos too, the best way to handle lots of different changes going on in your life that you don't have control over is to, kind of take the reins on your own life and create some changes of your own, like some positive changes of your own. I have just been in a season where I have really been leaning into my friends a lot, needing that support from them, just to be able to, I'm an extrovert. So, you guys see me talking on camera in these videos, but like with my friends, we do a lot of like for me, I'm the type of person where it helps me to talk things out. I love journaling and things like that too, but it really helps me to actually talk out my feelings. So, my friends have always been just like great support system, great, just being there to just listen to me go back and forth with myself sometimes, but, also giving me great perspective and feedback and just being there for me to just hear me, just to witness like me kind of going through my process, right? It is just life. I mean, there's really no other way for me to kind of like say like a synopsis of everything, just like so many different things kind of coming up one by one. I kind of feel like I thought I was coming into one thing when I was coming back from my trip, and things just kind of did like a little bit of a 180. And it almost feels that way. I'm probably being a little dramatic, but I mean, what else would you expect? But I just have been in such a season of like just leaning into my friendships, with the few. I don't have like a whole ton of friends, but I do have like a close-knit group of girls that I can genuinely say like I can be myself with them. I can express myself to them. I can, I feel the love that they have for me, and just the genuine like friendship that's there, that exists. I'm there for them, they're there for me, and we are not judging each other. We're not competing with each other. We are genuinely just there to support each other and, accept one another for who we are, just in our authenticity. And I love that. I love that for me. It's definitely not, it's been a journey to get to this point. I've definitely had, some friends along the way that haven't made it with me to this point that I'm at now. But I feel like I have like a closer knit group, a smaller group of friends that I can genuinely say like we are aligned. So I'm very grateful to say that. I think, it's not something that happens overnight. I think you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with, your, situation, within your relationships, your friendships, and just really kind of look at what's happening, not what you wish, not what used to be, not what was, not what you hope for, but like the actual friendship, the actual relationship, and see, okay, is this really, what I need out of, you know, my friendships, like my female friendships that are, you know, as women, like that's something that is just so important for us in life, to just have that girl gang, that community, to be able to, you know, lean on, express ourselves, to be able to just commune, to fellowship, to be together, to just, you know, raise our overall, like, our vibration, and just, you know, to just be together, and to just, you know, have them, you know, and to be able to just come together and encourage each other and just build each other up, and you know, have that safe space. Like, it's really, really important for us. And I think as a woman who is on, you know, a journey to just living, you know, in your authenticity and being your best self and thriving in your feminine, like that is definitely something I feel like should be important to any woman who has that as a goal for themselves in life. And, you know, especially in this new year, I think a lot of women complain about, you know, women, you know, friendship, and like how things can be kind of hard sometimes. And that definitely is true to, you know, a degree. I think as a woman, just like pretty much everybody, every woman, I think can say that they've experienced some level of like having, you know, a fake friend, or just not having like that level of friendship that you wish you would, or that you wish you could, you know, with women, or finding it difficult to have those female friendships. But I really just kind of want to put it out there that I shout out to all of my friends. Like, you guys know who you are. Thank God for you. And just, I just have like such great friends. And I feel like, you know, down to just texting, you know, and being able to like express myself in a voice note, and just having, you know, my best friends able to respond to me, or, you know, even on the flip side, like, you know, coming to me to tell me, hey, like, this is what's going on, this is what's happening. And, you know, in return, me being able to, you know, give you that word of encouragement, to be able to dissect the situation with you, to be able to give you like real feedback, and like genuine, you know, not just like fluff and like what you want to hear, maybe like things that are like, you know, half truths, or not really like real talk, you know what I mean? Like I just so appreciate just like my friends, and just the fact that like we're able to be authentic and genuine with each other, and really there for each other in a real way, you know? So, cause I recently, since I've been back, it's been like about a week. I have, well, actually more than, like, I have had just several instances with, you know, just good girlfriends, you know, just conversations, talks, you know, dinners over wine, and, you know, chit chats over text, and phone calls, and voice notes, and brunches, and just like a medley of different, like, just avenues to where we are able to just communicate and just commune and come together and just encourage each other. And I've been able to just express myself and, you know, say like, wow, like the last 2 weeks, this literally the beginning of 2024 has rocked me, right? Like, it has been just different than what I thought it was going to be. I'm still kind of in a point where I'm like, you know what? Yeah, like, we're starting off this way, and yeah, we had some curveballs thrown at us, you know, but all in all, it's just the beginning of the year. Like, you just don't know what God has in store for you. Things may look one way today and look completely different by next week. So you just never know in life, when they say life be life and life be life, and you know what I'm saying? So, I just shout out to my friends for just being able to give me really great perspective. And then, you know, I feel like also when I'm on camera and I'm talking with you guys, like, it also helps give me really great perspective, because I'm able to kind of sort through my thoughts. Like, right now I'm just kind of doing like a raw, unfiltered live, like in my car. Believe it or not, I'm actually at home. I'm literally in my apartment complex, and I just got back from a brunch with a good girlfriend. Shout out to you, Diana. I know you watch my channel, so thanks, girl. But yes, so we were drinking mimosas. I had a little bit of champagne left in the house, so I decided to make myself a mimosa and bring it in the car, because why not? And I literally, because I parked, and then I was like, I have to use the bathroom. So I went to use the bathroom, and I was like, okay, I'm going to come back in the car, film my video, because I still had all my stuff in the car, and I was like, I wanted to film it earlier, but blah, blah, blah. You guys don't really care about all that. But just so you know, I'm not drinking and driving, okay? But let me have a sip. So good. Guys, it has been a mimosa weekend. It's Martin Luther King weekend. It's a holiday weekend. So here in the US, we are just relaxing. It's not really like a big hoopla of a holiday. I mean, like, we get the day off and we observe, obviously, MLK. It's technically a day of service. I am enjoying the day off. Thank you, Martin Luther King. I'm enjoying my day off, just like many other people. People do like trips and, they take extra time off so that they can enjoy the long weekend. So that's what we got going on over here. I'm feeling very 2007 right now with this hat, y'all. I love this hat. This is like all the nostalgia. I just feel like this hat, it's giving like that girl 2007 edition. And I feel like the 12-year-old Nima would be so proud of me and just so like in love with my whole outfit and my whole look right now. So yes, I don't know. My inner child is just beaming, okay, with this hat and this look, because my shoes, they're boots, they match perfectly with this cap, and I'm loving it. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to come on and share that, the year definitely did not start out the way that I expected it to, but like, look, sometimes, and there have been several instances in my life that I've had to do this, like, things happen and you have to boss up in your own way, put on a little motivational video if it helps, take a shower, do your makeup, get dressed up, get your hair done, do whatever it is, go get a massage, like, do whatever it is. For me, like, I've been in the gym steady, like, I made it 3 times this week. I was gonna go for a walk today, but I've just had a busy morning and afternoon with brunch, and then even before then I had like an event. So all that to say, just keeping yourself active and busy and doing things that are still moving you closer to your goals, whatever those goals may be. Maybe that also means, doing some extra work, picking up some extra side gigs or an extra shift at work. And I'm not, we talk about obviously like, thriving in your feminine and living an aligned life. But if you do a work that's like not that strenuous, or, something where you're like, okay, hey, this is something that's going to help me, that's not a huge sacrifice on my time or my efforts, on top of, if you're already working full time, for example, like me, like if it's something that's going to be adding more than it's subtracting, right? Then, hey, filling up your time with something that's going to be helping you get to, your financial goals. Working out, spending time with friendships and friends, and, going to, just commune with other women, be with other women, just talk about life and be able to just make those connections. Like, that is so healing, and just it's one of those things that just, as a woman, like, it charges you up. And ladies, like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, when you just have like a good catch up sesh with your bestie, when you just have like a good chit chat with your girlfriend, you're just like, oh my God, like, that was so fulfilling. That was so just like filled up my cup. Like, that was just everything that I needed. And if you have friends in your life where you don't get that, right? If you have friends in your life where you're like, I can't trust this person. I can't tell her, about my job promotion. I can't tell her about, this amazing man that I just met, because she's going to be, basically like shitting all over it, or she's going to be, negative, or she always has something smart to say, or it's like you feel like maybe they're jealous of you, or any of that crap. Like, if that's how you feel when you're around your friends, and I've been there, dealt with that. I remember I've dealt with women like this, where it's like everything that you say. I had a friend like this in college. It was like everything that I would say, I felt like I had to defend it. Like, every opinion that I stated, everything that I thought, or every, basically every and anything that I said, like, I felt like I had to defend myself at all points of time. And I was exhausted by it. I was like, I literally just can't with this girl. Like, I don't even feel like I want to say anything to you, because everything that I say to you, I feel like you're gonna come at me with some, I don't even know what you're gonna say, but it's like you're gonna challenge everything that I say and do, and like, no. Like, I don't do that to you. I don't appreciate you doing that to me. And that was basically the demise of that friendship, because why would you continue to share things with a person who, just isn't able to like be happy for you, or even laugh with you, or have a real conversation with you, and just accept kind of like whatever it is that you're telling them, without feeling like, you have to prove yourself or challenge. They're going to challenge you, or you have to walk on eggshells. I had another friend. I've also dealt with family members like this, where it's like, I have to watch what I say to these people, because, and it almost feels like you have to walk on eggshells, because it's like, you may think that you're sharing something that's like, not a big deal, or it's just part of your life, or, you're just kind of letting them in a little bit into your world, into your life, what's happening with you. And they take that and they like run with it, and they go, saying, well, this is why you're in this situation, and this is why this is happening to you, and this is why blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you don't even know the half of it. Like, you don't even know me like that. Like, because I can't show you, you know what I'm saying? I can't share those things with you, because this is exactly how you act. So when you start having to like alter yourself, and you start having to like, water down your personality, or walk on eggshells seemingly, like, watching what you share with these people, then that's when that's not the relationship for you. Now, family is a little bit trickier, because obviously, like, you don't get rid of family, but you can create boundaries. I just feel like, for me, I have had friends that have been like that, and, those relationships are no longer in my life. And back to kind of what I was saying earlier, shout out to my girls, shout out to my friends. It has been a long time coming. Basically throughout my level up journey and after college, I had, a time where I felt like I've always been like an extrovert, and somebody who's always had like a big group of like friends, or really like acquaintances and friends, people that I consider to be friends. And, entering into a point in my life, where I felt like I didn't have that many friends. I felt like people were not really resonating with me. I was becoming, a lot more clear on like what was important to me in my life, and aligned with my values, and just learning more about like, who I am and who I was meant to be, and, just becoming more aligned with the type of woman that I actually am. And, everything that we talk about on this channel, just about, living an aligned life, and, just being in touch and being in tune with our feminine, like, that is something that is very important to me. I live my life that way. I don't just come on YouTube and talk to you guys about that. I genuinely live it, and this is the types of conversations that I have on here, are the types of conversations I have with my friends. These are the types of things that like I take seriously, and I genuinely are important to me. And, I don't know it all. I don't even pretend to know it all. I am always growing. I am always learning, but I never want to feel stifled, or like I can't express myself openly to somebody that I consider to be a friend. And I'm like, it's gotten me, it's been a couple of years now, but, I've gotten to the point where little by little, I have been open to just like meeting new people, and like forming those friendships. And a lot of my closer friends these days, besides my two like very best childhood friends, where we've grown together, like we're so in sync, we're so aligned, and I absolutely adore them. Martha and Olivia, y'all know who you are. You'll see them all over my Instagram. We've been able to grow together, but even that was like, you just never know sometimes in life. Like, you just never know. People that you've known forever, that you've been friends with forever, that you saw yourself, knowing forever and being friends with, for until you're old and gray. They may not, be able to, as you continue to grow and change and develop as a woman, and you just self-development and, become more aligned. You just never know sometimes where those relationships will fall. Will you be as close? Are they going to be able to, understand your stance on certain things? That a lot of this stuff is countercultural, as much as I feel like we are in a time where there are a lot more women that are kind of waking up to this information and they are making changes. I feel like it is still countercultural. Women that think the way that I do, that choose to live life the way that I do, like I've said, everything on this channel, just like living an aligned life, in your feminine and just as a woman, all of those things, learning about, what is actually beneficial for you as a woman in this life. And, that is against what we are taught in everyday life and in our society and just our upbringing and, going through that whole deconditioning process, that deprogramming process, and being able to actually like thrive, is countercultural. It's a lot of work. It takes time and effort. And a lot of people will hear the surface level kind of like the music or whatever, the TikTok videos or whatever it is, and think like, oh, let me do this thing. Let me dress this way or date this type of guy or whatever, thinking that, okay, this is me kind of like changing my life, or this is me being feminine, or this is, whatever, like all that crap. I feel like there's so much surface level stuff out there sometimes that it's like, you don't realize that there is so much inner work that takes place. There's so much like just deconditioning and deprogramming that it takes for you to, if you're growing up, especially us millennials, we were, lied to in a lot of ways. And like I said, there's a lot of women that are waking up to this information, but it's still very new. It is not the majority. And if you are on this journey with me, and then you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And you would know that you have to be able to find women who are aligned and who actually, share your values and who can understand you. And like I said, it is not an overnight process. You are not going to meet these people, like right away. But, as time goes on, and this is exactly what has happened for me, and thank God, I have been able to create that circle for myself, that circle of women, and it's very important. Like, it's not something that I feel should be ignored or skipped, because while you may not share everything with your friends, right, that community and just that girl gang, that circle of women, that just are cheering you on and that support you, that you can trust, like, it really means a lot. Like, and it really is, so important, to be able to have friends who are going to be real with you, but, also who love you and who want to see you win and who want to see you thrive. Like I mentioned before, in the best ways, no jealousy and no competition, just like pure love and support. And I feel like, if you give that, you will get that from the right people. And you also have to understand, like, if you are a good friend, which I consider myself to be a good friend, you also are in a position where you may be getting taken advantage of. And, it's easy for that to happen to people who genuinely love people and don't really understand self-love as you putting yourself first. Like, I love myself, number one. I put myself first. This is not stuff that I was born knowing. I have had to learn this. I have been in a position where I've been the friend that was taken advantage of. That was kind of seen as, oh, well, she'll always be there, so like we can kind of disregard her, or we can kind of treat her any kind of way, she'll be fine. And I had to basically end all of that. Like, I had to nip all of that in the bud. Some of those people, I no longer associate with, and then some of those friends, we've gotten to a point where, we're able to be in a better place in our friendship, where that's no longer the case, because it was not a them necessarily problem. It was a me problem, because I cannot allow myself to get treated that way if I truly love myself and I'm truly putting myself first, which I absolutely do. I love my friends. I'm very giving. I'm a good friend. I will give to you. I will give my time. I will give money. I will give gifts. I will give to my friends who I truly, truly consider a friend and I truly appreciate and cherish. but I'm not available to be taken advantage of. And that is the difference. And I think when you are somebody who truly does love yourself, and you kind of are, you're smart, you're kind of like, you're up on that kind of like all that information, and you know when somebody's trying to, you know what I'm saying, use you or take advantage of your kindness, things like that, then you already know, keep a healthy distance from that person. I had a girl who, which I also wanted to mention, if you are looking for like new friends, maybe you just moved, or maybe you're just like, hey, this year, one of my New Year's resolutions is to, you know, make new girlfriends and have like really great girlfriends. Definitely check out Facebook. One of my best friends, I met her in a Facebook group. So, and we met in 2019. And she's one of my best girlfriends. We talk all the time on the phone, and like, we were literally out last night. Like, she's awesome. She lives in my city. So definitely, you know, take a chance. Meet people. There are so many women that are looking for the same thing. You know, the great thing about women is women are always seeking community. Women are always wanting to come together and do things together. So plug yourself into those circles. Go to meetup groups. Go on Facebook groups. You know, go to events. Actually put yourself out there to meet those girlfriends, and you will not regret it, okay? Not only that, you'll get to network. You'll get to meet all different types of people, and, you know, you'll be doing yourself a favor. You'll end up meeting your girl gang, your tribe, whatever, you know, trendy little word you want to call it. But I wanted to share another thing. Basically, I had another girl that I had actually met through a Facebook group. This is an example going back to being taken advantage of as a good friend. And like I said before, I know I'm a good friend. So this is something that I am attuned to, that I'm kind of aware of, and I'm always kind of, you know, keeping healthy, kind of keeping myself regulated, and just kind of seeing, you know, where people fall, and how we're doing this. You know, how people are kind of coming and behaving and treating me in life, and just, you know, vice versa, whatever. So anyway, I had not seen this girl in years at this point, literally since COVID. She ended up like traveling all over the country during the pandemic, actually, or at least up and down the East Coast. So I hadn't seen her. We used to go to the same gym, and we would hang out, and she was cool. Like, she was sweet. She was younger than me. She was cool. And that's another thing. Like, you can meet people that are aligned with you, and you're great friends with them, and they can be of different ages, different ethnicities, obviously, some married, some single. Like, my friend group really does span, and I love each and every one of them. And I mean, we are, you know, friends for a reason. You know, we are aligned in whatever ways, you know, so many ways that make us great friends. So those things, I just want to put it out there. Don't see that being like an issue, you know, just because somebody's in a different phase of life than you are does not mean that like you can't have a friend in them. You know what I mean? Anyway, this girl, she ends up having her son. She gets pregnant. I don't even know how or who, or, you know, she wasn't in any relationship as far as I know. But she gets pregnant, and I guess she ends up moving back, and, I don't think she's with the guy, so she's like a single mom, and then she ends up like having the baby and trying to invite me to the baby shower and stuff like that. And I was kind of just like, okay, you kind of like disappeared and like didn't tell me anything, and like you're just like really weird and like randomly like posting all this stuff, right? Like first she was like jet setting all over, not even, I don't know if she was jet setting necessarily because it was the pandemic. I think there were some flights still, but she was like in Miami, and then she was in Atlanta, and then she was in New York. I mean, like up and down the East Coast. Then, you know, she moves back, and she's pregnant, and she's having her baby shower, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. This is just weird. So we just weren't really talking. I'm living my life, doing my thing. Then she gets married, and to somebody else. So she's getting married. Her son, at this point, she'd already had the baby. He's like a couple of months old. So she gets married, and I don't know if she's still married. I don't know what happened with that relationship, because on Facebook she had posted about it, then she deleted her account, and then I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I mean, it's really none of my business, and I'm not going to go asking, but she would kind of like pop up in my phone from time to time and be like, you know, hey girl, like, haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, the last time I did chit chat with her, and, I don't even remember what I said, but she kind of just like didn't respond, and I was like, okay. You know, we were just having like a normal conversation, just like catching up. And then recently here, this literally, I think a couple days ago, maybe last week, she messages me again, and I'm like, I haven't thought about her, I haven't seen her, nothing. This is completely out of the blues. But she messages me again, and she's like, hey girl, like, happy new year. I just realized that we have so many mutual friends on Facebook, which I'm like, duh. I mean, we're both from the same area. And I never did delete her as a friend on Facebook. Like, it wasn't like we had some major falling out. It's just she decided that she was going to act weird all of a sudden. So we just stopped talking. And so she was like, you know, hey girl, like, how are you? Blah, 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 blah. Like, it'd be great to like hang out sometime or something like that. And I was like, I can't be dealing with weird people right now. I am too focused on where I'm going in my life, my goals for the new year. You know, and I'm at a point now where I really don't feel like I have time to like necessarily make new friends. I think at one point or another in my life, when things kind of change for me, and my priorities shift a little bit more, I will definitely make more of a priority of making new friends. Right now, of course, I'm always open to making a new friend, but like, it's not like a big priority of mine to like seek out new friendships, because I did that already. And like, I feel like I have a solid group of friends, at least solid enough for me to like, you know, have a social life to where, you know, I have friends to do stuff with, you know. And even if like any of my local friends aren't able to do anything like that I want to do, I have, you know, ways of like plugging into communities where I'm able to find people that have the interest, like same interest as me. So all that to say, this girl, she nothing against her, nothing at all. But for me, I just don't have time for wishy-washy people or flaky people in my life. Like, so, you know, I just didn't even bother responding, because it was just like, I can't deal with that. Like, me and like my friends, like, we text each other back. We tell each other what's up. We say, hey, you know, I'm not going to make it to such and such and such because of such and such. Like, you know, sorry girl. And then, you know, we can both be understanding. Like, we communicate. So I can't really like withstand that. So that's just an example. Like, not everybody that you necessarily meet in one place or another place is going to, those friendships are maybe not going to work out, you know. And I think also making friends as an adult is another challenge that a lot of people say that, you know, it's hard for them or they face. But it can be done. And I think you just have to be open-minded, and you have to be you know, put effort towards what is working. When you meet somebody who is like also aligned with you, who is looking for the same thing, you know, that you're looking for, a friendship, and, you know, who's really able to like be that kind of friend, a good friend, then, you know, putting energy towards that and not, you know, not taking it for granted, because it really is a special thing. So anyway, guys, I didn't want to make this video super long. I just wanted to come on and share that message. So first video of the new year. I have some work to do. I have to get my vlog together to show you guys all about my trip, and more videos to come. I love these lives. I like the fact that there's a lot of daylight still. The sun will be setting soon though. So I got in right on time, and I love like the car chit chat vlogs. So let me know what you think about this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everybody. Happy New Year, and I will see you soon.